It didn't stop though. Again, wave after wave after wave. Every single. I mean, that was the worst thing for me, was when we were absolutely dominating them, and then you see those 8 Oaks waiting on the side of the field to come.
Yeah, the nuke squad arrived.
Here we go. Just
Again, look at Van Staden, the latch on him.
Yeah, everyone
Helps him through,
Yeah.
over for the try. Also a guy that just keeps on working, eh?
No, workhorse of note.
He's had a great season, eh?
Yeah.
Such a good line-out operator as well at the moment.
Yeah.
I'd love to see his stats, because I think he gets through a hell of a lot.
Yeah, he's a grafter of note.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just go a little bit back for this one. Hand in the scrum there. Kobus timing it perfectly. Zach with a pickup as a prop. After finishing the scrum. And then Eben just diving over for the last try of the game. Would have loved to if this was his last influence on the game.
I know.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's chalk and cheese, isn't it? Like, you see Wales trying to attack in the 22 and how dominant South Africa is in the defensive set. And then we in the 22, and then you go, like, I mean, it's just easy. It's just passive. You know, Eben's going to pick there. Again, you've got to throw numbers at it, so he's got to be a double hit. And unfortunately, they don't.
Obviously, the scuffle, like, it seems like a hell of a lot happened prior to this.
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. What happened before? What actually caused this?
You know, you then pan back. They keep going. I mean, we don't even have to look at this. Then it escalates again.
And that's where he gets it wrong, you know. Like
you just can't.
Also, like, you know, you're pushing in the face. I mean, something can just go wrong.
Yeah.
And even if they freeze frame it nowadays, you know, like if you going and they freeze frame your face, your hand in someone's face, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're in trouble from the get-go. So,
I mean,
I'm probably the last to talk. I've been accused a few times. But yeah, it was silly. Also, 73 zip.
Yeah, that's
Game's done. What are you proving? I mean, you're proving nothing.
We've seen a lot of those push and shoves and all of that. So it happens. I think at one stage the ref was going to say, guys, scuffle, it's done. The game is almost over. Let's leave it, you know. And then they went back to look, and obviously the eye contact.
I think the big thing is that obviously he was frustrated and something happened that triggered him. Yeah. But the thing is, you just can't get your hand close. And I can't even think that he would, on purpose, go for an iron. You know, you kind of put that out. But the fact that the hand's there and you run that risk of the fingers going towards the eye, you just can't do that.
You can't do it. I mean, and also you can't punch anyone nowadays. Like, what can you do? You can grab
someone.
He
just should have punched him.
I think punch was better. Like, it's an issue now for you, and you know, like, because the entry level there is going to be huge.
What is the entry level?
What's his prior? I've never. Is this
He's
the first?
actually
This
got
the first red
clean-
card.
he's
He's
got
got
a
a very
clean
clean record.
record, so
He's
I
got a
think,
very, very clean.
you know,
Look, he gets every forward's going to get involved in scuffles and this and that. But in terms of his record, he's got a very clean record.
Okay, cool, guys. So he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. No doubt about that. That will certainly not be our We Buy moment of the week.
Yeah.
So let's get to that.
We can't go scrum again.
Why not?
No, we can't.
Or do we just say that the Boks as a whole for this year becomes our We Buy moment of the year?
I think so.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, also, like, I think we do the same with the verdict. We judge the Boks on the year. I mean, how big was this calendar year, though? 15 games.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with it then. Give us your verdict then.
I go 9.
Yeah.
9 for the year.
9 for the year. You know, like, none of us saw. We all thought, looking at the fixtures, we thought, okay, Eden Park. That's the target. It's a hard gig. Then you go Paris, Dublin. Obviously, didn't get Eden Park. The big surprise, and probably what made us a better team, was obviously Ellis Park.
Yeah.
22 zip up after 17, and then you 38 unanswered points.
Wow.
And that will be Australia's highlight for the year.
Yeah.
Funny enough, Ellis Park was probably one of the best halves of rugby. That first one,
First 20
that
minutes.
we played, and then
First 20.
But what I enjoy is that our ability to learn quite fast. So Eden Park, we had all those entries in the training. We didn't get it right. New Zealand disturbed our base. The following week, changed the team around a bit, but fixed it within a week. You know, you look at this game against Wales. Chances are it could have been the second half against Australia in terms of running the ball, getting carried away, stuck to plan, look at the end score. So our ability to transform or go from one bad aspect to a good one, that's got a lot to do with coaching. I mean, the masterstroke, was it before Ireland when Wilco came on, I think just before halftime or whatever it is, to get those little nuances,
get the penalty try.
to get
But
the
also,
penalty try.
don't you also think that sometimes you have to go kind of be able or be happy to go a step back to go 3 steps forward?
Yeah.
Because by all accounts, that camp before the Australia game was one of the hardest camps that the guys have ever had.
Yeah.
The way that they trained, the fitness that they did, etc. And now you see the way that we started, and it was like, okay, perfect, preparation. But the effect of that late in the game, maybe we saw that. I can remember looking at some of those guys, and they looked tired. But what that created was now a team that a couple of weeks later, a couple of months later, and where we sit now, is
We're
the
burning
best
teams
in
in
the
the
world.
last 20 years.
Yeah.
We're burning teams in the last 20.
So 9 out of 10 year for the Boks.
Yeah.
Incredible year of rugby. Let's look at some other headlines. And big news is the launch of Mike Tindall's backed Rugby Rebel League, R360, postponed to 2028. Okay. Do you think it'll ever come to light? Although they swear that they've already signed over 200 players.
I think
What do you make of that?
It can happen if there's a global season.
Yeah. Or is
That's what needs fixing. is the
take it
global
to
season.
2028. Take it to 2028. Sit with World Rugby. See if it can be brought into the calendar somewhere where the players eventually can also. It can be more lucrative for all the players.
Yeah, the players, you've got to give the players an opportunity to earn also.
Yeah.
And I think it mustn't be seen as a rebel league or whatever. Sort out the global calendar needs sorting out.
Yeah.
And then there's room for
added.
Exactly. And players
Look, I mean,
will make a lot of money.
Everyone's been asking for a global season for ages, so that you can have. Shouldn't be a rebel league.
Additional, yeah.
You should have other competitions filling in the hole. You know, players should be managed better. But like, I don't know. Can you sit down with World Rugby and come to terms? No one's done it before, and I don't know. Maybe it gets done now. But like, I see that as a hard.
Yeah.
A hard gig.
Why can't you? And that should be the question. If anyone can tell us why not, give us proper reasons to say why do we not engage in something like this to create value in rugby for all stakeholders? Why not?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, World Rugby should come on as a partner, but I probably see it as a threat. World Rugby, so that's the issue. But like, you know, who are we? Like, I want a global season.
Yeah.
Like, I want.
When does the season end?
To be honest, me and Shimmy and you, we want our holidays back. We don't have holidays anymore.
No rugby during December and the first 2 weeks of January.
But, Jean, you look at it from a player. So the Sharks guys, let's say the Sharks Springboks now, they've been together for 15 tests.
Yeah.
They got Toulouse away.
Yeah.
You know, for those guys to go mentally now to go from
Are
Springbok
they playing?
Toulouse in France.
Yeah.
No, not mentally.
Are they playing
Are they
Toulouse?
playing
as well?
Toulouse?
Let's say Eben wasn't going to get banned or whatever it was, or a guy like Sia, for example. He's captain the Springboks for 15 test matches now.
Motivation.
He's got to get back home, your family. You sit in the team room all with that motivation to jump on a plane to go against the French team. It's hard.
But I mean, to be honest, I mean, that's what they pay to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, the best players I find fronts up. They find a way.
Yeah.
When we were successful with Saracens, like the key to our success was our English players coming back from England.
Wanting to be there, but that's the environment
wanting
created,
to be in that environment.
Yeah.
I don't know if the Sharks have got that environment.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they play, it doesn't look that way. But like you've got to create as that's your home. That's your bread and butter. Of the cherry on top of the cake, that's the Boks.
Yeah.
Highlight of the year.
Wellington performance.
I just injured my knee then, so.
That was actually my highlight.
I went in a wheelchair into the stadium. Look, the Wellington performance, that second half was magical. what those guys produced, especially with all those changes, if you go so it made the leg injury a little bit less painful.
Before we go, please inform us, what will be your holiday plans over Christmas, Shimmy?
I got the in-laws coming here towards coming to Cape Town, and I'll probably just be around.
Why do you say it like that, as if you're not excited? You don't.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Can't you see the smile?
Okay, well, go.
So probably I'm gonna go to Arnhem for a couple of days.
Okay, lovely.
John, our plans are the same.
If you see
Our plans are the
Shimmy
same.
in Hermanus, say hello. He won't buy you a beer, so buy him.
Fontaine. Same as you.
We will be there.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
It's going to be fun. House, Braai, beach, Braai, beach, Braai, beach.
Plug and play.
That's it.
That's it.
You got one big night in your anyway.
One big one a year. Okay, guys, any last words before we wrap it up for the year?
Nah, thank you, Springboks.
Yeah, well done to the Springboks. I think in terms of development, the growth this team's had, they're a much better team than they were last year or beginning. And it's a great period we're going through, to us sitting here, talking about the Springbok performances, and it's win after every weekend.
So
it's special,
pleasurable.
it's pleasurable. And the rugby they're playing and all of that. So it's a team that's on the up.
Thanks, guys. We have to
Thank you, Jean.
Thank you,
Jean.
Thanks, guys. We're nice.
Thank you, brother.
We've enjoyed it. We've enjoyed it. But to the Springboks, I don't think at the start of the year we were thinking that the Boks could improve and get any better than what they were. 2 World Cups back to back, 2 rugby championships back to back. They brought new staff into that environment, and they're just getting better and better. So to the Springboks, thank you for the effort week in and week out. Thank you for making our lives better from just playing the game that we
And
love.
watching the rugby
And
they
us
play.
being able to watch and celebrate together with all South Africans. Because it really is a great pleasure, and we thank you for that. For you as viewers, thank you for watching us. Thanks for supporting the show throughout the year. We'll be back next year. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do that. Like it, share it, do whatever you have to do. We'll be showing some social media out there as well during our holidays, and you can see what we will be up to. Not everything, but some of it. And wherever you might be traveling to, travel safe and have a very blessed Christmas. See you in the new year. Cheers.